Hello, friends. There's a little-known Social Security form that costs absolutely nothing to access, yet has the potential to permanently increase the amount of money you receive every month. The surprising part is that the Social Security Administration does not automatically tell applicants about it when they file for benefits. They do not mail reminders about it. They do not call beneficiaries to explain it. In fact, many people who qualify never even hear about it. By the time they finally learn that it exists, the opportunity to use it is often gone forever. Today, I'm going to explain exactly what this document is, who is eligible to use it, how much money it could potentially add to your retirement income, and 2 additional strategies that may help boost your Social Security benefits even if this first option is no longer available to you. Stay with me all the way to the end because the final strategy applies to people who have not claimed benefits yet, and it may be one of the most important retirement decisions you will ever make. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the Frank American and turn on notifications. The strategies we're discussing today are not things the SSA typically explains unless you specifically ask about them, and most people never realize they should ask. Subscribers to this channel often learn about these opportunities before the deadline passes. Subscribe now, and let's get started. Let's begin with the form itself. The document is known as Form SSA 521, officially called a Request for Withdrawal of Application. What makes this form so important is what it allows you to do. If you have already filed for Social Security retirement benefits, this form gives you the ability to reverse that decision completely, essentially treating your original application as though it never happened. Once approved, your Social Security record is reset, and your future benefit amount can be recalculated based on the age when you file again later. For many retirees, that can mean a permanent increase of hundreds of dollars every month for the rest of their lives. A real-world example published just a few days ago on May 30th, 2026 illustrates exactly how powerful this can be. A woman lost her job at age 62 and became concerned about her finances. To help cover expenses, she decided to claim Social Security benefits earlier than planned. Because she filed 5 years before reaching her full retirement age of 67, she began receiving a reduced monthly benefit of $1,920. Had she waited until age 67, her full benefit would have been $2,560 per month. Later, her situation improved. She found a new source of income and realized she no longer needed Social Security as urgently as she had originally believed. At that point, she decided to take advantage of Form SSA 521. She submitted the form and repaid the benefits she had already received over the previous 11 months, totaling $21,120. Once that repayment was made, the SSA treated her original application as though it had never existed. Instead of collecting benefits immediately, she waited until age 70 before filing again. Because delayed retirement credits were added to her full retirement benefit, her new monthly payment increased to $3,379. That translates into an additional $1,459 every single month for the remainder of her life. Over retirement lasting 20 years, that difference adds up to approximately $349,000 in additional income. However, there is an important limitation, and it is one you cannot ignore. You only have a 12-month window to use Form SSA 521. The clock starts ticking from the date you receive your very first Social Security payment. It is not based on when you decide you made a mistake. It is not based on when you discover the form exists. The deadline is exactly 12 months from the date of that first benefit payment. If you miss that deadline, the opportunity disappears permanently. There is no extension and no second chance. In addition, you must repay every dollar you receive from Social Security, including any Medicare premiums that were automatically deducted from your monthly checks. For people who have the financial resources to make that repayment, the numbers often work out very favorably in the long run. For those who cannot repay the money, there is another option that may be worth considering. There is also one more important rule regarding Form SSA 521. You are allowed to use it only once during your lifetime. If you previously withdrew a Social Security application and later reapplied, you cannot use this strategy again. In addition, This withdrawal process applies only to retirement benefits. It does not apply to survivor benefits or disability benefits. So what happens if your 12-month deadline has already passed? What if you file for benefits 2, 3, or even more years ago and have been collecting ever since? Fortunately, there is still another strategy available. It is called voluntary suspension. While it operates differently than the withdrawal option, it can produce a similar benefit increase over time. Once you reach your full retirement age, 67 for individuals born in 1960 or later, you can contact Social Security and request that your retirement benefits be voluntarily suspended. Beginning the following month, your benefit payments stop, but something important happens during the suspension period. Your benefit amount continues to grow at a rate of 8% per year through delayed retirement credits. These are the same credits earned by individuals who postpone claiming benefits in the first place. Unlike the withdrawal strategy, you do not have to repay any of the benefits you have already received. The money you've collected remains yours. You simply stop receiving future payments for a period of time, allow your benefit to increase, and then restart benefits later at a higher amount. If you never request a restart, Social Security will automatically begin payments again at age 70. For example, suppose your current monthly benefit is $2,000. If you voluntarily suspend benefits at age 67 and wait until age 70 to restart them, your monthly payment could increase to approximately $2,480. That represents a permanent increase of $480 every month. Over a 20-year retirement, that decision alone could generate roughly $115,200 in additional lifetime income. The age at which this strategy generally begins to pay off compared with continuing to collect benefits is often around age 82. If you are in reasonably good health and believe you may live beyond that age, voluntary suspension frequently produces a larger lifetime benefit from a mathematical standpoint. There is, however, one critical detail that many people overlook, and that the SSA does not always emphasize up front. When you suspend your retirement benefit, certain benefits paid to family members based on your work record are also suspended. This can include a spouse receiving a spousal benefit and eligible dependent children receiving benefits through your record. This rule changed in 2016. Before that change, some retirees could suspend their own benefits while allowing a spouse to continue receiving spousal benefits. That strategy is no longer permitted. If your husband or wife is currently collecting a spousal benefit connected to your Social Security record, it is extremely important to discuss the situation directly with Social Security before requesting a suspension. Their payments may stop as well during the suspension period. Now, let's turn our attention to delayed retirement credits themselves. Whether you are using Form SSA 521, considering voluntary suspension, or simply have not filed for benefits yet, delayed retirement credits are the engine that makes all of these strategies work. And the reality is that most Americans do not fully understand just how valuable and powerful those credits can be. From the moment you reach your full retirement age of 67, every month you choose to postpone claiming Social Security increases your future benefit by approximately 0.667% on a permanent basis. Over the course of a full year, that works out to an 8% increase. If you delay benefits for 3 full years, from age 67 to age 70, your monthly payment grows by a total of 24% for the rest of your life. To put that into perspective, someone with a full retirement benefit of $2,000 per month would see that amount increase by $480, bringing the monthly payment to $2,480. For someone entitled to $3,000 per month at full retirement age, that same 24% increase translates into an additional $720 every month. And that increase doesn't disappear. It stays with you permanently. What many people fail to realize is that the impact goes beyond the monthly benefit itself. Every year, Social Security applies a cost of living adjustment, commonly known as COLA. That adjustment is calculated as a percentage of your existing benefit amount. The larger your benefit, the larger your future COLA increases become. For example, if your monthly benefit is $2,480 instead of $2,000, a 3% COLA would add about $74 to your monthly payment rather than just $60. It may not seem like a major difference at first glance, but those larger adjustments continue year after year. The result is that the gap between someone who claimed early and someone who delayed claiming tends to grow wider over time. Another important detail is that delayed retirement credits are calculated monthly. You do not have to wait for an entire year to receive the benefit of delaying. If you postpone claiming for 6 months after reaching full retirement age, you earn roughly a 4% increase. You don't need to wait for a specific anniversary date or a full calendar year. This is especially important for people who are undecided about when to file. Many assume there is no benefit unless they delay for a full year, but that's simply not true. Every additional month you wait increases your future payment. When financial experts compare early claiming versus delayed claiming, the break-even point generally falls somewhere between ages 78 and 83, depending on specific ages and benefit amounts being compared. For the average American who reaches age 65, life expectancy is typically another 19 to 21 years. That means many retirees will live well beyond the break-even point, where delaying benefits starts producing a greater lifetime payout. For individuals who are healthy and come from families with a history of longevity, delaying benefits often provides the strongest financial outcome. On the other hand, people dealing with significant health issues or who expect a shorter lifespan may find that claiming earlier makes more sense for their personal circumstances. There is no single answer that works for everyone. The right choice depends on your health, finances, family situation, and retirement goals. The problem is that many Americans make this decision without ever calculating the numbers for their own situation. That's where thousands of dollars can quietly slip away over the course of retirement. Now, let's discuss something that affects everyone, regardless of whether you've already claimed benefits or are still deciding when to file. Every delayed retirement credit, every percentage increase, and every strategy we've covered today is based on one critical number: your base Social Security benefit. And that base benefit comes directly from your earnings history. If your earnings record contains mistakes, everything built on top of it becomes smaller than it should be. Perhaps an employer reported incorrect wages. Maybe a year of income was entered incorrectly. In some cases, a working year may even appear as zero earnings when income was actually earned. When errors like these exist, your benefit calculation starts from the wrong foundation, reducing the value of every strategy we've discussed. You can review your earnings history today by signing into your Social Security account through the SSA website and examining the earnings listed for each year of your working career. Compare those figures against your own documentation, including W-2 forms, tax returns, payroll records, and pay stubs. If you discover an error, you can submit a request to correct your earnings record and provide supporting documentation. Once the Social Security Administration updates the record, your benefit can be recalculated using the corrected information. Even a single corrected year can make a meaningful difference. In many situations, fixing one earnings year can increase a monthly benefit by around $100.